let's talk about some, welcome back to Master Guitar, where you're going to learn how to, it's right there on the tip of my tongue. So let's talk about some scales, sequences, and stuff like that. For this, you have to basically know a little bit of scales. So let's get right into it. We're going to work on a 6-string sequence. Now, the reason I'm mentioning a 6-string sequence is because Malmsteen thinks in 6-string sequences. So if you notice, you have this minor pattern here. This is your B minor right here. So, and then because B kind of slides into E straight a fourth cross. So if you'll notice what I'm doing there is I'm just running sequences of 6 notes. And then I run my octave from there. So where's the 7th? Right there. But let's not worry about that right now. So, same group of notes. Just 12, 14, 15. This is a major second. See the power chord video to understand that. That's a minor second right after that. So, major second to minor third. Or whole step, half step if you're doing the Mel Bay way of thinking. This is a whole step. From 12 to 14, half step is from 14 to 15. So if it was to be a half step from 12 off the B note, it'd go to 13. This is different. My hands are getting stronger. I just yank the strings right off the neck. So instead we're going to work on the minor sequence instead of the Phrygian sequence. In this case, it's just 12, 14, 15. What you have on the second string, you have on the first string. Now, if we subtract 3, so we're dropping 2 strings, subtracting 3. Now we're subtracting 3 because of the major third tuning that we're doing right there instead of a perfect fourth for your G to B string. Remember how you tune at the 4th fret here? To get that? Try to get this pattern so that you can visualize it in your head. Subtract 3. Then subtract 2, because it's now you're back in the perfect fourth for tuning on the guitar. So when you have the sequence, you now have a pattern that covers from here to there. And you can also do it here. The key to going fast, aside from playing slow and getting your hands synchronized, is to have literal patterns that you can see all over the neck. If you can see that pattern, I can jump everywhere on the guitar. Doesn't matter if I put it in A minor. I can now run that. Now, if you want that Yngwie tone, you got to get your harmonic minor in there. So, let's talk about that harmonic minor, shall we? I'm just, whatever this note is, subtract 1. Sounds good. That really sounded good. I like that. That's probably why I play it all the time. As long as you can visualize the pattern, you can go anywhere. I can change. So, some of you guys are out there saying, well, I like to do that in pentatonic. Okay, well, that's great. It's a slightly different pattern, but we can do that. See, it's just knowing that tuning difference on the guitar. And this is your lead in to start knowing your arpeggios, is to know these fretboard shapes. Now, Yngwie has said that he basically, one of the ways he learned the guitar was he took the fretboard and looked at it, and he could spot these patterns. Where the eyes go, the fingers go. Part of the, I talked about in one of the first lessons how I spent, it was 1986, the year of playing badly, that I decided I was going to really sit down with my guitar and work out a long, I played for 12 hours a day for 1 year. A lot of the stuff that you hear me playing now is all stuff that I figured out that year, worked on that year. Just the first couple weeks of the Journey to Shred program. All that came from that 1 year. Try to get this 6-note pattern thing in your head so that when you're doing it, you can visualize it on the fretboard. I know that that's my octave. 5 and 7 go across 2 strings, up 2 frets. So if that's my octave, that's where the pattern repeats. Now from here, because you have to tune 1 fret down to make G to B, that means you have to add an extra fret. So instead of 2 frets, you have to add an extra fret. So do that this week. Look at the guitar, try to figure out the fretboard patterns, start just running that up. 5, 7, 8, 5, 7, 8, 7, 9, 10, 10, 12, 13. And we'll see you next time. Hopefully that worked.